Hey, what's up, YouTubers and gamers alike? My name is Justin of We Are Solstice, and today I'm going to be playing a little of Binding of Isaac: Wrath of the Limb. So basically, what this game is it's a series of procedurally generated dungeons that are kind of like Zelda-esque. They have possible doors on the north, east, south, and west quadrants. And every time you go into a new dungeon, there's a kind of random chance that you find treasure. Pretty damn good chance that you find monsters, and a whole series of different types of rooms that give you different items that change the look and effects of your character. It's very cool, very addictive. I like it. The other Solstice guys don't really, but hey, whatever. It's also, I should say, it's very dark. So you got to be kind of predisposed towards dark content. It's kind of violent, weird Macmillan magic. So without further ado, let's jump on in and take a look at what we got here. So by default, you start off with Isaac, and you can see he's kind of a good all-around character. He's got 3 health, 2 speed, and 2 attack. I like to play as Cain, who has higher speed, higher attack, and less health. I just think overall that winds up being a more effective approach to the game. So let's choose Cain and hop on in there and see what's going on. So there is a bit of a story. Your mother is crazy and she's trying to kill you. I don't know if it gets a whole lot deeper than that. I know that there are nuances to that, but basically you jump into the basement or like cellar of your house to kind of hide from her. Anyway, so the controls are WASD to move around. You know, W goes up, S goes down, D right, A left. And then the arrow keys control the directions of your shots. So it's kind of like a Hellfire shooter in that respect a little bit. You know, having one control set to move you and one control set to move your shoe sting. So, here we go. 2 doors, left or right. Left is right, right is wrong, so let's take the left one. So here's a pretty typical looking dungeon. You got rocks that you can't you collide with, and then you've got a handful of monsters. So we got this red guy shooting blood at me or whatever it is. It's like a little meat blob, I don't know. And then you got flies, which are sort of like Goombas or very basic kind of useless enemies. They're I think they're, I don't know if Isaac one-hit kills them, but Cain definitely does. So once you kill all the monsters, the doors open around you, and you might get an item, like that key I just got. I apologize if this is lagging a little bit. I'm doing it on my MacBook, and yeah, it's definitely not our crazy gaming machine. But the good news is we have this gold door here, and what that does is it gives you a random item. So I think the belt increases your damage, so we definitely want to pick that up. Speed up, okay. So I think it's like, maybe like you're being hit with the belt, and that motivates you to move faster. Like I said, the game is dark, but fun. Dark in a quirky, creepy way, I think. So this door with the spikes here is a sacrifice room, and what happens is you go in and lose some health, and there might be a chest in there, and then when you come back out, you lose more health. And since Cain has low health to begin with, I'm just going to stay away from that because, you know, his health is kind of a precious commodity. Other characters, there's one that's kind of like a tank who has tons of health. You know, you go crazy with those rooms. I don't remember what the red patch does. If any of you know, please say so in the comments. The reason why I was like slightly hesitant about picking up items is that there are actually items that are detrimental to you, and they kind of sneak them in there, and you'll pick them up. One of them that I hate in particular is the boomerang shot. And essentially what it does is it has your own tears, that's what you fire in the game, fly back at you. So and they don't damage you, but they're incredibly ineffective. Like you see, I have some pretty distant range here. You can imagine if that went maybe a third less the distance and flew back at me every time I fired it. So this big skull door here is the boss. There's a boss at the end of every dungeon, so let's go fight him. Okay, so he's Monstro. Alright, so he's a pretty simple boss. You know, I appreciate that in the first dungeon they keep it reasonable. If you can, again, I don't know the exact inner workings, but my understanding is that if you can best the boss without getting hit, there's a chance you unlock a it's kind of like a demon door, and what it does is it gives you a room with like a little statue of the devil that if you sacrifice some of your hearts, you get special, very, very powerful upgrades for your character, which is kind of cool. You know, again, it's the thing that is so appealing to me about Binding of Isaac is just that procedural random generation that, like, every game you play, you're going to get different items and you're going to fight a different set of bosses. And, you know, while the whole kind of core of the game is similar, each playthrough is slightly different. So I did get hit in that fight, so I don't think I could unlock the secret room, which usually opens up here. The reason why I'm all red and blotchy, I think, has to do with that red patch. Maybe when you get hit, you get kind of like a damage upgrade. Oop, no, don't die. Yeah, right now my damage is max, so something good happened there. I'll definitely be holding on to that red patch. But yeah, let's go down to the next dungeon, shall we? Art. Cool. So in this one, we start things off really well with our treasure room right off the main room here to the north. So let's go in there. It looks like we have a helper, maybe? Oh, split shot. Okay. Yeah. So you can see like how it sometimes changes the mechanics, and you know this is totally fine because you know you're still firing forward, and when it makes contact, it splits in two. Again, a lot of shooters, space shooters, do stuff like this. So let's see it in action. Yeah, actually, it's perfect right there. You can see it took out those two flies that were flanking that one central fly. So yeah, very useful. Not at all bad. There are things like psychic shots that they kind of seek after your enemies. So the reason why I'm making this video is because when I was checking out Binding of Isaac, or rather not checking it out, curious about it, because I do like McMillan's stuff a lot. I love Super Meat Boy. You know, he did Gish and a bunch of other stuff. I didn't know anything about the game. I just saw this kind of creepy promo art. You know, I had no idea what kind of game it was. So hopefully this is a nice little primer for any of you who are interested in delving into the Binding of Isaac world. I also heard they just released some sort of expansion or add-on content for like $15. I'll probably pick that up and also do a review of that. But anyway, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to go in here with 1.5 hearts to fight the second level boss, which is Larry Jr. Little two snake guys. And we'll see how I do, and then I'll probably wrap this guy up. But anyway, I just wanted to say thanks so much, you guys, for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. It means the world to me and my brothers. We honestly couldn't do this without you. If you like the content that we're producing, please, oh please, give us a like or subscribe to our channel. It would mean the world to us. Honestly, truly, I'm not just like, this is not just a line. I'm being sincere. Like, it really means a lot to us. So yeah, I think I'll wrap things up right there. That is Binding of Isaac. For better or for worse. I don't, you know, it's not everyone's thing. It's certainly my thing. I love it. I don't know how many dungeons there are. There are like 6 or 7. And when you beat Mom at the end, it unlocks new bosses. I don't know. It's very cool. Lots and lots of content in that game. So if that's your bag, definitely check it out. Try to beat Mom. It's hard. It probably took me 30 hours to beat the game. And even now, I haven't seen all the items in it. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thanks again for watching. Please like or subscribe if you're digging what we're doing, if you're picking up what we're putting down. And cool. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.